Experience Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in 3D.
Scott Lang, you have a daughter. You're an Avenger. But down here, you're out of your league.
On February 17th.
Kang's a monster. He can shatter existence.
An Avenger.
I don't care what he can do. I'm getting us home.
Must face a conqueror.
You may not want her to watch this.
I'm sorry, Cassie.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Experience it in 3D. February 17th. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13.
This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for February 13th, 2023. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. Just announced, Disturbed are bringing their Take Back Your Life spring and summer tour to the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Massachusetts on August 18th. Ginger has been announced as the opening act, with more announcements coming. Tickets are already on sale through Ticketmaster. Dave Trugoy the Dove, 1/3 of De La Soul, has passed away according to Rolling Stone. He was 54 years old and his cause of death has not been disclosed. Trugoy, who had been recently going under the name Dave, was also known as Plug 2, and he had been open about his bout with congestive heart failure in the recent years. Saying, quote, "I'm ready just to get back on the stage. I miss that. I love traveling. I love being around my guys, and I want that back." De La Soul was part of the Grammys hip-hop tribute performance last weekend, but Trugoy wasn't on stage with his bandmates. Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park hinted that there's a possibility of new music coming from the band. Linkin Park last released an album in 2017 called One More Light, but the band have been on hiatus since the death of Chester Bennington later that year. Last Friday, the band released a lost track from the Meteora recording sessions in 2003. The song is called Lost. When Mike Shinoda was asked in a recent interview how he navigates fans' expectations, he said, quote, "I'll say it this way. Normally, I'm really trying to manage expectations a little bit, especially in the past few years. There's certain things that are going to be on the table and certain things that are off the table. And with this release, shockingly, I don't think there's very much to say is off the table. Touring is the only thing off the table. We are not touring right now." Johnny Depp, who maintained a close friendship with the late, great Jeff Beck, was the only other mourner present when Jeff Beck's wife, Sandra, said her final farewells to him last Saturday. Johnny Depp, Sir Rod Stewart, Tim Burton, and Robert Plant were among the stars who said a final farewell to one of rock's all-time greats, Jeff Beck, at his funeral in South London on Friday, with a host of rock royalty attending to pay their final respects. Jeff Beck was 78 when he died suddenly in January after contracting bacterial meningitis. His funeral was held on Friday, and it's been revealed he was buried the following day in an unusual green ceremony in the gardens of his home in East Sussex. It's been a rough week and a half for Machine Gun Kelly, who lost the Best Rock Album category in the Grammys last weekend to Ozzy. MGK also took to his Instagram stories over the weekend, saying he had been electrocuted on Friday during a Waste Management Phoenix open performance at Coors Light Bird's Nest in Scottsdale, saying, quote, "Yo, I got electrocuted and my hair stood up." It's also being reported that after MGK's nearly 2-hour show, he and his fiancée Megan Fox met up and attended Drake's Super Bowl party. Now it's being reported that Megan Fox has reportedly broken up with Machine Gun Kelly, removing all references to him from her Instagram feed and leaving cryptic messages on her social media about truth-telling. If you watched the Super Bowl last night, like over 100 million people did in the United States alone, it's no surprise that Rihanna's rep has confirmed that Rihanna is indeed pregnant. The singer and fashion mogul hit the stage on Sunday night after the first half of the Super Bowl. Rihanna making a grand entrance, coming out of the ceiling of the stadium and performing a medley of her biggest hits during the 13-minute set. Rihanna's performance came after an incredibly emotional Chris Stapleton performance of the national anthem before the start of the game. Lots of rock stars were featured in commercials as well, including Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, Elton John, Paul Stanley, Gary Clark Jr., Ozzy Osbourne, Billy Idol, and Joan Jett. And U2 also made an appearance in a Super Bowl commercial, confirming a long-standing rumor that they would be the first artist to have a residency at the $2.2 billion brand new venue in Vegas called the MGM Sphere. According to the press release online, fans around the globe can now register to receive more information regarding show dates and on-sale details once they're announced. The Vegas residency for U2 is called Achtung Baby Live at the Sphere, and it's set to debut in the fall of 2023. The announcement also came with the confirmation that Larry Mullen Jr. will take time out to undergo and recuperate from surgery. These Las Vegas shows will see Larry and the band welcome new drummer Bram Vanderberg, who will be sitting in to join Bono, The Edge, and Adam Clayton on stage at the Sphere. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 140, featuring Clint Lowry from Seven Dust, is available now.
This is the Ugly Things Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike Stacks. That's right, Ugly Things Magazine, your source for the very best in 60s beat, garage, and psychedelic music since 1983, is now also a podcast. We'll bring you interviews and stories about some of the most exciting, overlooked, and influential bands from the 1960s, 70s, and beyond. In November 1964, the moment happens. John Cale meets Lou Reed.
A mere hummingbird's fart may well have set its principles along differing paths.
Very well put.
Articulate, huh?
Oh, that's why you're a writer, Phil. It's all about wild sounds from past dimensions when rock and roll was young, daring, dangerous, and vital.
Quite often we used to be playing on stage and a fight used to break out, and really, it's just bodies and people flying about, so it's quite rough,
And hear insightful discussions with renowned rock journalists.
I was rejected from trying to write for the school newspaper, and in retaliation, they spelled my name Jarvie Kubernick in the yearbook.
Don't go changing, Harvey.
You're doing it f***ing wrong.
It's just nice to get the real stories down while they're still here.
Yeah, absolutely. Ugly Things, now on the Pantheon Network.